Hello everyone, if you can hear me clearly, please type 1 in your chat box, okay? Our class will start in 3 minutes. Hello Bella. Hello Annie. Hello everyone. Glad to see you. How was your homework last week? All good? Is it hard? Okay. Good job. So maybe you already received this one. This is the handout for our week 2. So according to the handout, you will know that in this lesson, we will talk about the age problem together. So everyone, if you already printed it out, you can prepare this one, also your pencil and eraser, so that later we can calculate together, okay? There's only 1 minute before the class starts, so everybody get ready for the class. If you want to go to the toilet, you can take your time right now, okay? And also, if you want to drink some water, you can also take your time. Okay, everybody, it is 4 o'clock already. I'm so glad to see you all here. And you can see that today is our second week of the preparation. That is, today we will talk about the age problem together. So everybody, you can see today it is still Teacher Jane that is go through with all of us. And you can see I am a P2 teacher in Bank Academy. And for all the following several weeks, I will go through the Sasmo preparation test with all of you. And also, so everybody, we can see here is the P2 Sasmo preparation calendar. You will notice that in January, we have 4 lessons in total. That is, we will go through the Sasmo key topics live stream course together. So the lesson is on every Tuesday, 4 p.m. You can see 6, 13, and today is 13 already. So it is the second lesson already. So everybody, because we also want all of you can prepare together with all of your friends. So we prepare a WeChat and a WhatsApp preparation group. So if you are interested, welcome to join our WhatsApp or WeChat group. And Currently, I think overall there are more than 400 parents and kids joined our community. I'm so glad to see all of you here. And then everybody, last week we talked about another topic, right? That is how can we use the model? And here is the data of about our homework last week. So everybody, we can see overall there are 75 students submit your homework. I'm so glad to see that because that means all of us prepare very carefully, right? So I also hope that after today's lesson, there will be more number of respondents. That means we prepare together, right? Okay, so everybody, we can see there was 5 questions in total last week. And overall, the grade is 50. And then the average grade is was 41. That was already good, right? Okay, so we can see for question 1, percentage of 4 scores is only 70%. So maybe after today's class, you can also go through it again if when you have time. And also for question number 2, 84% of us got it correct. For question 3, 94 of us got it correct. Question 4 and question 5. So overall, you can see we did quite well, but for the question 1, still some of us get confused, right? Okay. Then we can see, actually today we will talk about the age problem, and you will notice that overall this is a very important topic, and every 2 years or 1 year, almost every year we will have the topic of this. So everybody, let's see, how can we solve the questions about the ages? So everybody, you can see this one is not on your handout, so you can just look at the screen. You can see Teacher Jane will be 100 years old in 10 years. How old is Teacher Jane now? Okay, so everybody, when we do this kind of question, we can always use a timeline to help us. That is, we can see when we want to find the age go backward in time, then we need to use minus, right? I will be 100 years old. Does it mean I am already 100 years old? Am I already 100 years old? Yes or no? No, right? I'm still not 100 yet. So we can see on the timeline, on the left side, this means the time ago. And on the right side, this means the times later. That means, for example, if when we go to the left, that means the age should be younger, right? Ago. For example, 1 year ago, probably you were 6 or 5 years old, right? And then later, that means the age will be older. So we can see here, Teacher Jane will be 100 years old in 10 years. So this is a time later, right? I'm not 100 yet. So we need to go backward in time. Then we draw the arrow, go backward. Backward is left or right. Type in our chat box. L for left, R for right. Okay, left, right? So we can see Teacher Jane now is minus 10. That give us 90. So this is my age now. Oh, sorry. What we need to do is just use 100 minus 10, give us 90. And because this is a word problem, always write the answer statement 90. Okay, so this is how we solve the problem. Then everybody, let's move on. How about this question? Teacher Jane was 20 years old 30 years ago. How old is Teacher Jane now? So everybody, we still draw a timeline to help us, right? This is a time ago. This is a time later. So we can see Teacher Jane was 20 years old. So right now, I should be younger or older. Y for younger, O for older. Type in your chat box. Now I should be older or younger. I should be older, right? So if I am older, then I need to do plus or minus. Type in your chat box. Plus, right? So right now I need to be older, so I need to plus 30 years, and then that give us 50 years old. So Teacher Jane should be 20 plus 30 give us 50. So Teacher Jane is 50 years old right now. Okay, so this is the answer. Then everybody, this time after the warm up, let's take a look at your handout together. So everyone, let's see the first question. Let's read it together, okay? Although I can't hear you, but I hope you can read it loudly together with teacher Jane. Okay, so let's get started. Linda is 8 years old 2 years ago. Rena's age is in 4 years' time will be the same as Linda's current age. How old is Rena this year? So everybody, we can see in this question, is it only about 1% or 2%? 1%, right? So we can see, 2%, right? So we can see this time it is about Linda and Rena. So for this question, when confused, we can always draw a timeline to help us show the relationship. So here, we can just draw a timeline here. And because there are 2%, so we need to draw 2. This one is for Linda. Okay, so Linda is 8 years old 2 years ago. So on the left side is ago, on the right side is later. Everybody, use your ruler, draw it together. I give you 10 seconds. Quickly. Draw a timeline. Label ago and later. Done? If done, type 1 in our chat box, okay? Okay, Linda is 8 years old 2 years ago. So this is the age ago, right? Then how can we find now? Should we do plus or minus? Find the time later, so we need to do plus, right? Plus 2. So right now, Linda is how many years old? 8 plus 2 equals 10. So we can see the age now is 10 years old. And then, is this our final answer? No, we want to find Rena's age, right? So we can see Rena's age in 4 year time will be the same as Linda's current age. We already know Linda's current age is how many? 10, right? So that means Rena's age in 4 year will be the same as 10. So this time, let's draw another timeline for Rena. Okay, on the left side, still ago. On the right side, later. Everybody take out your ruler, draw the timeline together. 10 more seconds, okay? Okay, so everybody, we can see Rena's age in 4 year time will be 10. Will be 10. So this is the time age later, right? Is Rena already 10? No, not yet. So we need to go backward in time. Should we do plus or minus? Everybody type in their chat box. Plus or minus? Minus. Okay, so we can see minus 4. That give us how many? Type in their chat box. Quickly. 6. So this is the age now. That will be 10 minus 4 equals 6. So we can see Rena this year is how many years old? 6. Perfect. Okay, so everybody, I give you 10 more seconds to copy the notes, the working. Okay? And everybody, we can see according to this question, we will notice that sometimes the question is asking us, sometimes ago, sometimes later. But how about when we get confused about the age? Then we can always find the age now first. So everybody, you can just find a blank space on your paper. Any blank space is fine. Let's copy the note together. Let's write down the note. That is when confused about age. When confused. Just copy the green color one, okay? When confused, find the age now first. Okay? This is super important. When confused, find the age now first. Okay, done? When confused, find the age now first. Write down the note, don't be lazy, okay? I'm gonna move on the next question. Okay, So everybody, this time. Just now we find the age now, age later, and age now, age later, age ago. But this time we're gonna learn another thing that is about the age difference. Okay, so everybody, actually the age difference, there are something quite special. Later I'll tell you what is that. So everybody, you can see, for example, you can see Pip and Bud are comparing their ages. So you can see this year, Pip is 9 years old and Bud is 6 years old. Can you tell me what is the difference between their ages? If we want to find difference, should we do plus or minus? Minus, right? So we can see what is the difference between them. That will be 3, right? So we can see their age difference is 3 this year. Then how about 1 year ago? 1 year ago, Pip was how many years old? Type in your chat box, quick. 1 year ago. 1 year ago. Yes, Bella, correct. Yes, -1, then we get 8, right? And then how about Bud? Bud was how many years old? 5. And then we will notice that what is the age difference between them? 3 years old, right? And then you see 2 years ago, Pip was how many years old? 7. And then Bud was 4. And then what is the age difference between them? Ooh, still 3. So maybe the age difference won't change, right? And then everybody, let's see, how about 1 year later? We know the age in the past, their age difference never changed. Then how about the age later? Let's take a look. So we can see Pip is 9 years old this year. And then we can see 1 year later, Pip should be how many years old? 10. And then Bud will be how many years old? Type in our chat box. 7. And then what is the age difference? 3. And then 2 years later, Pip should be how many years old? 11. And then Bud will be 8. What is the age difference between them? Still 3. So we can see our age difference is always 3 years. So we can see the age difference between two persons will never change. For example, if teacher Jane is 20 years older than you, then next year our age difference is still how many? 20. Is it possible that teacher Jane get older and then you keep the same age? Never, right? Okay, so everybody, this is how we do the problem. So until now, we can write down the note together. Everybody, write beside the question 2. You can just find any blank space, okay? Write the note together. So we can see the age difference never change. The age difference never change. This one is super important, okay? The age difference never change. Yes, good job, Laura. Good job, everybody. So we can see this one is quite important to us, right? Okay, I give you 10 more seconds, then we will see the question together. Okay, let's read the question loudly together, everybody. Let's start. Tim is 8 years old and Sally is 4 years old. Underline the keyword. How old will Sally be when Tim is 14 years old? So everybody, we can see here. Tim is 8, Sally is 4. So according to this information, we already know their total, their sum. We also know their difference, right? If we want to calculate, we can calculate, right? And then how old will Sally be when Tim is 14? So everybody, if we know Tim's age is 14, don't copy. This is just a draft, okay? So everybody, you see, we know Tim is 14. If we want to know Sally's age, then we need to know their difference, right? Like plus how many or minus how many, what is their age difference, then we can know Sally's age. Can you understand? So this time, our first task is just to see what is their age difference. So everybody, this time, let's take a look. How can we find their age difference? Yeah, we already know Tim is 8, Sally is 4. So we can see their age difference is just 8 minus 4, that give us 4. So that means Tim is 4 years older or younger than Sally. Type in their chat box, quite easy. Their age difference is 4. Tim is 4 years older than Sally, right? So we can see this time, when Sally, we want to know Sally's age when Tim is 14. So this time, if you are confused, you can also draw a timeline here. Okay, not that straight. Let me use the ruler. Okay. Okay. Tim is 14. This is for Tim. 14. And then Sally will be how many years old? Just now we already know Sally is younger, right? So left side is younger, right side is older. Sally is 4 years younger than Tim, so we just minus 4. Okay, 14 minus 4, calculate quickly, is 10. So the answer is 10. Then the answer should be option D. Okay, here is quite important. Some of us, when we do the multiple choice question, you see the option D is 10, right? Somebody just put 10 in the bracket. Is it correct? No, everybody, because this is multiple choice question, you need to write A, B, C, D, E instead of the number, okay? So for this question, we just need to write the D. Understand? Good job. Then I give you 2 more seconds before we move on. Okay, everybody. Just now we already talked about find the age in ago, find the age later, find the age now. And right now we're gonna learn how can we find the age sum, and is there anything special? Just now we also talked about the age difference between two person will never change, right? This time we will learn about their age sum. You can see it is still Pip and Bud. Pip this year is 9 years old. Bud this year is 6 years old. What is their sum of ages? What is their sum of ages? Who typed 17? Double check. Not 17. Before you join the Sasmo, also do the calculation practice every day, okay? This should be 15. Good job. And then 1 year later, what is their age sum? I let you calculate first before I teach you, okay? So 1 year later, Pip will be how many years old? 10. And then Bud will be how many years old? 7. This is because in 1 year, both of them just plus 1, right? And then we can see their sum of ages this time will be how many years old? 17. Ooh, you can see the sum of their ages plus 2, right? Can you tell me why? This is because there are 2 kids, right? So 2 kids. Each kid, every year, they will get older by 1. So 2 of them will get older by 2, right? Okay, then everybody, let's see, 2 years later from now, their age will be how many? So you see 9 plus 2 give us how many? 9 plus 2, 11, and 6 plus 2 give us 8. Okay, so what is their sum of ages? 19. So we can see, compared with 1 year later, 2 years later, we just plus another 2, right? Can you tell me why? Why 1 year but plus 2? Yeah, because there are 2 kids, right? Each one of them will get older by 1. Okay, so everybody, we can see until now, we already know that. We already know that every year the sum of us will increase by 2. This is because both Pip and I grow older by 1 year. Then, everybody, let's do a quick quiz. How about if there are 3 kids? The age sum will change by how many every year? When there are 3 kids, the age sum will get older by how many? Yes, good job, Yihan. Yes, good job. 3, right? Then how about 4 kids? 4, right? Okay, so how many kids then 1 year get older by how many? Or if in your classroom there are, right now, there are more than 100, how about 100 kids? Then, yes, then 1 year will get older by 100, right? Okay, then everybody, this time we can do some question about the age sum. We can see 2 years ago, the sum of Amy and Bob was 8. Okay, 2 years ago, the sum of Amy and Bob's age was 8. So now, think of, how can we find the age now or something? Our task is to see what is the sum of their ages be after 3 years from now. So everybody, my first question is, we know Amy and Bob's age, right? Do we really need to care about Amy is how many years old? Bob is how many years old? Like Amy is 1, Bob is 7, Amy is 2, Bob is 6, like that. Do we really need to care about that? No need, because we can't even make sure, right? So you can see in this question, what we need to do is only care about the sum of them. That means the sum of 2 kids, right? So everybody, let's say 2 years ago, the sum of them was this. And then our task is to see what is the sum after 3 years. So what we need to do is just only focus on the sum of their ages. That will be enough. Until now, all good. Type 1 in your chat box. Until now, if you can understand, type 1 in your chat box. Okay, so everybody, this time we can see 2 years ago, their sum was 8. And we want to know the age in the future. So maybe some of us may think, oh, this is so confusing. How comes later and ago? How can we do? But everybody, you still remember in the beginning of our lesson, I said, when confused about age, we can find the age now first, right? So everybody, we already know 2 years ago, the age sum was 8. Then what we need to do is just to firstly find out what is their age now, right? Sum of age now. So everybody, let's do it. So let's label the sum now. So please tell me, 2 years ago, their sum was 8. Then this year, Amy's age will get older by how many compared with 2 years ago? Type in your chat box. Plus 2, right? And Bob need to plus how many? Plus 2 also. So that means 2 kids, we need to plus 2 twos. Okay, understand? So we can see 2 years ago, their sum was 8. So now we need to plus 2 twos. One of the 2 is for Amy. Another 2 is for the Bob. Okay, so we can see this time their age sum should be 12. 12 this year. Is that all? Not yet. We still need to figure out what will their sum be after 3 years from now, right? So we can see the sum 3 years later. Label. Everybody, you may notice that every time Teacher Jane will label some now or some later something, this is because in this question there are too many information. I don't want to be confused, okay? So if you need it, you can also copy like Teacher Jane, write like Teacher Jane. Okay, so some 3 years later, we will notice that, okay, fine, I do first. You see, everybody, this is Teacher Jane's final answer. Am I correct? Who think I am correct? Type 1. Who think, no, Teacher Jane, you are wrong? Type 2. The sum of their ages in 3 years. Who think Teacher Jane is correct? Type 1. Who think Teacher Jane is wrong? Type 2. Okay, some of us agree with Teacher Jane. Some of us disagree with Teacher Jane. Most of us disagree. I'm confused. Why I'm wrong? I think I'm correct. Somebody press 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then is it agree or disagree? Okay, definitely I am wrong, right? Is it possible that Amy grow older by 3 and Bob keep the same age as a kid? No, definitely wrong. So we can see this time, both of them will get older by 3. So 2 kids, we need to plus 2 threes, right? Then what is the answer? Type in your chat box. 18. So the answer is C. All good? Give me a big thumbs up. Okay, good job, Bella, Laura, Joyce, Xiao Du, all of you, good. Yes, then this time, let's move on. Okay, so you still remember last week we talked about the model, right? Sometimes the model will combine with the age problem. Let's see how can we use the model to help us solve the age problem, okay? So you can see, this is Pikachu and Eevee. So we can see 2 years ago, Pikachu was 8. Then last year, then Pikachu's age was how many times that of the Eevee? 8 is how many twos? How many twos is 8? 2 times 4. Okay, so this is 4 times that of Eevee, right? So everybody, we can see here, sometimes there could be multiple relationship between them. But everybody, we can see times can only be used for 1 year. Okay, then everybody, let's see. Last year, Pikachu will be 9 years old, and Eevee will be 3 years old. And so for last year, Pikachu's age was how many times that of the Eevee's? 3 times, right? So you can see it is different from the difference of 2 kids, right? Just now we say the difference never change. But sometimes for the multiple relationship, it will change, right? Or you can also check the age now is 10. Eevee's age is 4. Can we say it is how many times that of the Eevee's? No, 4 times nothing is 10, right? 4 times any whole number, then we cannot get the 10, right? Then next year, 11 and 5. Do we have multiple relationship? Don't have. 2 years later, Pikachu will be 12, and then Eevee will be 6. And then we can see there will be 2 times that of Eevee. So we can see the multiple relationship will change. It is different from the different age difference, okay? So everybody, we can see when the question gives us at least 2 of the following information, sum, difference, and multiple, then we can use the bar model to help us. Okay, so what we need to do is just to read the question and underline the keyword, identify the meaning of each number. Is it age sum or difference or multiple? Then we draw the model based on the multiple labeled time. Okay, so everybody, this time let's take a look at the question 4. Question 4. So firstly, we can read the question. 4 years later, an older brother's age will be 3 times of his younger brother's age. Everybody, let's underline the keyword. In this question, there are 2 kids, right? If their sum of their ages is 28 now, how old will the older brother be 4 years later? Okay, so everybody, we can see we need to draw the model when we have more than one relationship, right? So you can see in this question, what relationship do we have? Is it sum, difference, or multiple? Let's take a look. Firstly, everybody focus on this part. Older brother's age will be three times of his younger brother's age. This 3 times, is it sum or difference or multiple? Type in your chat box. Is it sum, difference, or multiple? Yes, good job. This is about the multiple relationship. Then, let's see. If the sum of their ages is 28 now, so you see this 28 is about what? Is it sum, multiple, or difference? Yes, this is about the sum, right? So everybody, this time let's learn how can we draw the model. You still remember the bar model we learned last week, right? So our first step is that we need to label the character and draw the timeline. So in this question, we can see, because we want to know how old will they be 4 years later. We always care about the later. So this time, let's see the information. 4 years later, we know their multiple relationship. But for the sum, we only know their sum now, right? Can we combine the multiple relationship in the future with the sum relationship now? Cannot, right? They must be at the same time. We need to make sure the sum and multiple relationship is at the same time. This is really important, okay? You cannot use the multiple relationship in the future combined with the sum now, okay? So everybody, so our first task is to see what is their sum 4 years later. So everybody, let's see. Their sum now is 28, right? Then can you tell me, their sum 4 years later will be how many? Teacher Jane plus 4, then get 32. Am I correct? Oh, sorry. 32. Am I correct? Who think I'm correct? Type 1. Who think I'm wrong? Type 2. Okay, definitely wrong. We just say that when there are two kids, their sum, is it possible that only one kid get older, the other one keep the same age? No, both of them will plus 2, right? There are two kids, so we need to plus 2 fourths. So we can see this time, what is their age sum? 36. So that means 4 years later, their age sum will be 36. So everybody, this time, let's draw the starting line. Let's draw the, oopsie, what happened? Okay, so let's draw the starting line. And then we can see 4 years later, the older brother's age will be 3 times of his younger brother's age. So in this question, we can set 1 unit first. We always let the smallest number to be the 1 unit. So you can see younger brother is a smaller number. So we just draw 1 bar for the younger brother. Then if I tell you that 1 bar means the same number, then for older brother, we need to draw how many bars here? Everybody also draw on your paper, okay? Draw together. Don't just look at the screen. Quickly. So the older brother, we need to draw how many small bars? You see, younger brother, I draw 1. Then older brother, I need to draw how many? 3, right? Because older brother's age is 3 times that of the younger brother's age. So we need to draw 3 bars. And then what should we do? Yeah, we need to label the information, right? Okay, so you can see their age sum 4 years later is 36. That means all of the number here is 36. So if I already tell you this is 1 unit, this is another unit, this is another unit, this is another unit, there are how many units in total? 4 units, and we already know 1 unit means the same number. So 4 unit is 36, then 1 unit is how many? 1 unit is how many? 36 divided by 4 give us 9. Everybody, if you're still not very familiar with the times table, do remember all of them, okay? And then we can see how old will the older brother be 4 years later. So we already know 4 years later, this is their bar model. So older brother is how many units? 3 units, right? So 1 unit is 9, then 3 unit is just 3 times 9, that gives us 27. So the answer is 27. And also because this is a word problem, don't forget to write the answer statement. Okay? Good job. Okay, so everybody, this time let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so this question is your turn. I give you, how about 3 minutes? Do it by yourself. 3 minutes. So now it's 38 until 42. Okay, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. But you need to draw the bar model by yourself. I give you 4 minutes. After you get the answer, you can type in our chat box. You only have 1 minute left. Do you need more time, everybody? A little bit hard, right? I'll give you 2 more minutes until 43, okay? Then we do the question. Somebody say 10 more minutes. I cannot give you 10 more minutes. I give you until 44. Until 44. Okay, kids. Anybody already get an answer? Then you can type your answer in the chat box. If you think you need more time, then you just do it, okay? I'll wait until 44. Draw the bar model, please, everybody. Somebody say you need 1,000 more minutes. The 1,000 more minutes is already tomorrow, I think. Okay, everybody, let's take a look at the question. Let's read the question together. Okay. So we can see 2 years ago, Tom was 4 times as old as Bob. So my first question is, the 4 times, is it sum, difference, or multiple relationship? Is it sum, difference, or multiple relationship? Type in our chat box. 4 times as old as Bob. No, this is not difference. Exactly, this is about the multiple relationship, right? How many times that of something? This is about the multiple. Good job, Bella. Okay, and then let's see. 3 years from now. This time is in the future, right? Okay, so you see in this question, we have a goal. We also have the time in the future. So maybe it's quite confusing. Then think of when confusing, we can always find the age now first. Then I think 3 years from now, the sum of their ages will be 30 years old. Will be 30. What is their age difference between their ages now? So everybody, in this question, we will use all the key points that we learned today. So let's go through them together. In the beginning, I said, when getting confused, we can always find the age what first, ago or later or not. When confused, we can always find the age now first, right? And then the second thing is that the age difference, will it change? For example, is it possible that the teacher didn't get older, but you keep the same age? No, the age difference never change. And then the third thing that we learned was that the sum of person, for example, if there are 2 persons, then we need to times 2. Or when we have 3 persons, then we need to times 3 each year, okay? Each year. So here are all the key points. In this question, we need to use them all. So everybody, we can see we need to find the age difference between their ages now. So actually the age difference will never change. Then if we just find any time, at any time, their age difference, then it's fine, right? Okay, so everybody, let's read it sentence by sentence. 2 years ago, Tom was 4 years as old as Bob. So this is about the multiple relationship. Then can you tell me, the multiple relationship, will it keep the same? Like 1 year later, still 2 times, still 4 times, 2 years later, still 4 times. Is it? Yes or no? No, because just now we say the multiple relationship will change, right? So we must use the 2 years ago multiple relationship later. Then everybody, you can see 3 years from now, their sum will be 30. So here for the sum is in the future, multiple was in the past. Is it okay? No, if we want to use the bar model to help us, we need to make sure all the relationships are at the same time. So you can see in this question, maybe we can only find the sum of their ages 2 years ago first, right? Their sum of ages 2 years ago. Then how can we find their age sum 2 years ago? When confused, we can always find the age now first, right? So everybody, this time, let's find the age now first. Sum of ages now. So we can see 3 years from now, their age will be 30. So now, okay, I just minus 3. Everybody, am I correct? If you think Teacher Jane is correct, then type 1. If you think Teacher Jane is wrong, then type 2. Their sum of age now, I just use 30 minus 3. If you think I'm correct, type 1. If you think I'm wrong, type 2. No, Teacher Jane is wrong, right? Because we can see there are 2 kids, Tom and Bob. We want to know their relationship of their sum, right? So if we want to know their sum age now, we need to minus 2 3s from the 30. This is because it's not possible that only one of them getting older. So we can see the answer here should be 24. So their sum of ages now is 24. But because we also want to use the multiple relationship in 2 years ago, so we need to find their sum 2 years ago to use the bar model, right? Okay, so you can see, we already know their sum age now is 24. Then 2 years ago, how can we calculate? Can we just minus 2? I just minus 2. Is it okay? Is it okay? The answer should be 20. So we can see their sum of ages 2 years ago was 20. Then everybody, we can see here, how can we calculate? So right now, we know their multiple relationship 2 years ago. We also know their sum 2 years ago. Then this time we can just use the bar model, right? So you can see 2 years ago. Let's draw the bar model. Firstly, label the character. In this question, the character is Tom and Bob. Everybody read the working. Don't just look at me, okay? I already know how to do. Tom and Bob. Tom was 4 times as old as Bob. Then who is the 1 unit? Type in your chat box. If you think Tom is the 1 unit, then type 1. Then type T for Tom. If you think Bob is the 1 unit, then type B, the Bob B. Yes, Bob should be the 1 unit. So we just draw 1 bar for Bob. Then Tom was 4 times as old as Bob. If we know 1 bar is for 1 unit, they are of the same number. Then for Tom, we need to draw how many bars? 4 bars, right? So we can see draw 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see 4 units. 4 units. And then we also know their sum was how many? Should I use 30? Am I correct? No, use the sum 2 years ago. Always remember this is 2 years ago. So we find the sum 2 years ago. Then that was 20. So we can see 5 units is 20. Then how can we find 1 unit? Yes, 20. Oh, sorry. Okay, 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So this is for 1 unit. Then we can see Tom was how many years old? 4 units is 16. Then Bob was how many years old? 1 unit is 4. So their age difference is how many? 16 minus 4. Oh, sorry, I don't have enough space. Everybody, it is not that good. Teacher Jane has to write on the left side, but it will be better if you can write properly, okay? So I write their age difference here. Everybody, it will be better if you write in order, Teacher Jane, because I don't have enough space, so I write here. So you see, age difference is 16 minus 4, that give us 12. So you can see their age difference is 12. Because the age difference never change. So you see here, actually what we calculate is the age difference between them 2 years ago, right? But it doesn't matter. Okay, so everybody, until now, if you think all good, then give me a big thumbs up or type 1 in our chat box. If you think some part is still quite hard, you can type 2. Today's lesson, all good? Okay, good job. Then let's review what we learned today. So in the beginning, we talk about how can we find the ages, like ago, in the future, now, like that. So we can see when we go backward in time, find the age ago, we just minus. When we go forward in time, means the time in the future, then we use plus. So when confused, you can always find the age now first, and you can also draw a timeline to solve the problem. Like, for example, oh, sorry, it's not that straight. I used a ruler instead. Okay, so for example, you can see here is a timeline, right? And then on the left side, this is the time ago. This is later. Then you just label on the timeline to help you understand. And then the second thing, we also learn about the age difference. And we also know that the age difference between two people always remains the same, never change, right? Never change. This is quite important. And then the third thing, the age sum. Each year, the sum age of 2 people increases by 2. This is because it's not possible that only 1 person get older, okay? And then the age multiple, the times relationship can be used for only 1 year, because after 1 year, the age multiple will change, right? And then what you need to do is just to draw the bar model based on the multiple and then label the time. That will be fine. Okay, so everybody, here is for the homework. I'm very, very happy to see that more than 70 of us submit your homework last week. And for today's homework, we still need to complete before Thursday, 7 p.m. What you need to do is just to finish this paper. I already sent in the chat group. You can let your parent to help you print it out. And then submit through the link that Teacher Jane will later send in the WhatsApp or WeChat P2 Sasmo group. Okay, so everybody, do remember to do your homework and submit on time. It is only 5 questions, okay? Only 5 questions. So do remember to do your homework. If you think, okay, then you tap 1, you promise, tap 1, okay? Do your homework, submit on time. Tap 1, if you remember the homework already. Only 5 questions, only 5, okay? Only 5. Who said no? Cannot say no. Tap 1 in our chat box. Okay, let me see later who is the first one who submit your homework. Okay, I will remember you. Okay, everybody. So this is all for today's class. Hope you enjoy it and see you next Tuesday. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.